Hey guys, it's Rahim. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button because I talk about personal development, property investment, and how to get financially free. It's September 2021. The phone rang. I picked the phone up. Hello. How are you? I'm fine. Okay. Yes. You got a property for sale? Fine. Okay. Where's that property at? Newcastle? Okay. Type? Right. Okay. I hear you. Okay, yeah. 3 bedrooms? Okay. Right, okay. Near city center. Brilliant. Why are we selling? Okay. Fed up of it? Right? Oh yeah, you live in London, so okay. I hear you. I'll see what I can do. Send me the details. I will analyze it and see how we may be able to sell it for you. Okay? Brilliant. Now that's the call I received from a desperate seller. He called me and told me he's got a 3-bedroom apartment in Newcastle that he just wanted to sell. He's fed up on the property. The property is giving him lots of headache and it's causing a strain in his relationship because the property is not making money for them anymore, and they've bought it 2008, just before the recession, and they're really struggling to sell it or either to rent it. It's a call I received from a desperate seller, a call and motivated seller. So it's a 3-bedroom apartment very close to Newcastle train station. It's one of those tall buildings there. It's a very nice cozy area on a quieter side of the train station. Looked at this property. I realized the homeowner is in a pain. He really wants to sell that property because obviously it's not making him any good, and he did not go with his wife's advice, and it's causing a bit of a chaos in the relationship. So I looked at the property, analyzed it, rang the investor and said, look, it's a difficult one, this property is, and because they've bought a significantly higher price. If I remember correctly, they bought the property for £250,000 just before the recession in 2008. And I've asked the investor how much he wanted to sell the property. He said he wanted to sell it for about £110,000. I look at the market, I realized the property is there, the actual block, none of these properties are going for even £110,000. So I negotiated with him at that point. I said I may be able to help him sell the property for £100,000. So we agreed a deal. But the deal to my investor, it's a 4-story building. He's at the top of the building, and it's kind of an okay property. Okay, so we tried to sell the property, but the property got some little things on it that puts off investors. One, it's a grade 2 listed building, very hard to do any changes there. It's a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom flat. Okay, the lease is okay. But the only trouble about the lease is it doubles every 5 years. So in essence, if your ground rent is £1,000 this year, in 5 years' time, it will go to £2,000. Okay? And in 5 years' time, it goes to £4,000. And then another 5 years, it goes to £8,000. So it doubles every 5 years. And he's owned the property now since 2008 to 2021. So it's at a point where it is not making him any good. So I said, look, I'll try to help you sell the property. Give me maybe 3 weeks. Put the property on the market. Try to sell it. Try and try. 1 week gone, no interest. 2nd week gone, no interest. The 3rd week, we had an interested party. A really motivated buyer wanted to buy the property. We started all the legal works, instructed solicitors, and then all of a sudden, when they found out about the ground rent and the property being a grade 2 listed property, they bailed out on us. When they bailed out, it was a difficult time for me as well, to be honest. And I picked the phone up, rang the homeowner, told him the situation. We were nearly about to do this deal, but unfortunately, the buyer has pulled out. But I will put it back in the market and see how we will be able to sell it. Put the property back in the market, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, nothing happened. I received a call from the homeowner. Rahim, how much can you buy my property? I'm willing to sell it to you at any price. Tell me how much. That was a shocker for me because I was in a position to buy an apartment. I've never bought an apartment in my entire life, and I preach not buying apartment. I said, look, I'm not interested in buying the property. Rahim, just tell me. I can sell it to anybody. I know you've helped me. For the last 3 months, you've tried to help me sell this property. Obviously, we haven't sold it, and it's really ruined my relationship. I can sell it to you for whatever amount you want to buy it. I can even sell it for £50,000. £50,000. I said no. It will be unethical for me to buy that property at £50,000. You bought that property for £250,000 in 2008. So why would I, in my own conscious life, buy that property for £50,000? And he said, make me an offer. So then I know he's really struggling, and he really just wants to get rid of this property. I made him an offer. I said, look, it would be unethical for me to buy your property at £50,000. How about £70,000? Does that work for you? He answered straight away, yes, Rahim, £70,000 is even more than what I wanted. Please buy the property off me. I can sell it to you now. I said, fine. Instructed my solicitors and said, look, I would like to buy this property. It's an apartment. My solicitor started ringing bells. Whoa, you don't buy apartment, Rahim. Remember what you told me? You don't buy apartment. Why are you buying this? I said, no, I just want to buy this property because I really would like to help this investor or this homeowner. He's really, really struggling and it's causing a pain in his relationship. I said, okay, we started the process. You know, when you're buying an apartment or a house, the solicitor do all the research for you and all the due diligence. And then he picked up 2 things. The first thing he picked up is a grade 2 listed property. He said, Rahim, you know this property is a grade 2 listed property? I said, yeah, I kind of know. And then do you know this property, the ground rent doubles every 5 years? I said, yes. Do you know the service charges is this amount? Do you know the maintenance is this amount? Literally, it was bringing all these problems that property had. I was thinking, he's right? He's right. Then he literally told me, Rahim, don't buy the property. Do not buy this property, because if you buy this apartment, it will just going to cause you pain upon pain and upon pain. And you're going out of your golden rules anyways. When we started this program, well, when I started working with you, you told me you've got specific golden rules to always remind you when you're going outside of your golden rules. And this is one of them. This literally failed in every angle of your golden rules, apart from being close to city center. It's an apartment, it's a 3-bedroom apartment. You cannot force the value, you cannot increase the value, you can't do anything with the value. And the lease is just 100 years. So this deal is not for you. Here's the thing. If you're an entrepreneur and a business-minded person, you need to do something that we call calculated risk. I took the calculated risk for 2 things. The first thing, I know that homeowner is in a pain. He's really in a pain. He was willing to give that property away for completely free of charge. Okay? And the second thing, I as an entrepreneur, you need to take advantage of an opportunity. Never say no to opportunity. Never ever. If an opportunity presented to you, find a way how you can resolve that person's problem. So, whilst I'm thinking about what I can do with this property, now I've given the homeowner my word. I said I can buy it for £70,000. And so solicitor is nagging me left, right and center to tell me not to buy the property. He actually visited me in my office because he's a very close friend of mine. He literally advised me in lots of things. He said to me, Rahim, don't buy this property, because if you do, it's going to be a rope on your neck. It's not going to do you any good. Renovating that property is also a nightmare. It's on the 3rd floor, right? And imagine painting, decorating, skimming, electrical works in that property. It's just going to cause you lots of problems. So do not buy that property. I said, look, I'm going to buy it. You go through the process. As long as I'm going to get lenders to lend me money to buy that property, I will buy it. Okay? So fast forward to that, I raise the funds, get a bridging loan to fund me the money. But at the back end, I was thinking what my exit strategies were. So what I did at that point, when I know the finances have been approved, is to get someone to help me sell the property. So I knew I could not sell that property in the open market as a normal sale. So what I did at that point as an entrepreneur, as a business person, I looked for the best auctioneers in Newcastle. Okay? Rang a couple of auctioneers. I told them about the property. They came around and valued the property. Told me, listen, the property market is XYZ. And this property, this block of building properties don't tend to go up in value. We can put the guide price for about maybe £100,000. I said, okay, is the guide price £100,000? Not a problem. Put it in the market for £100,000. Okay? Fine. So I'm in the process now of buying the property whilst it's been listed in auction. Okay? So what we did basically, they rang me 2 weeks before the auction. Rahim, there's no interest in this property. Okay? And that was 2 days before my completion date. Okay? So I said, okay, that's fine. No interest. 2 weeks before auction. I said, fine, no problem. And I completed. The property became mine. Okay? So now I'd have to sell that property. So the agent rang me 1 week before and told me, Rahim, still no interest. Few days before the auction, they rang me. We've got one interested party. Couple of hours, they rang me, second interested party. The third, I think couple of days before, they rang me, said we have about 3 people are interested in the property, but they don't look keen to buy in the property. But do you still want it to be in auction? Do you want to do it in the next auction so that we've got lots of interested parties because the property has not been exposed enough to attract people to buy it? I said, no, let's get it done and over with. Put the property in auction. I remember sitting down, looking at the auction. Like, it's an online auction, so the auction kept going, right? No one bidded in my property, okay? No one bidded. 2 hours before the auction finishes, one person bid. I think it was about 101,000, 102,000, 103,000, 104,000, 105,000, 106,000, 108,000, and then 110,000. 5 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. 1 minute to go. 5 seconds to go. And then the gravel went down. Boom. Sold at £110,000. So with that short period of time, with that 3 weeks, I was able to buy that property for £70,000, whack that property in auction, and sold it for £110,000. So I bagged myself £40,000 in 3 weeks. Now, why am I sharing this with you? The reason I'm sharing this journey with you, sometimes if you are an entrepreneur, it's important sometimes to take calculated risks. The benefit outweigh the risk. You might want to take that risk. I knew worst case scenario, I can buy that property and rent it out. Right? I can use it as serviced accommodation if I wanted to. Right? Because I do my due diligence, I realized you can do short-term letting that property. And the property wasn't that bad anyways. I can go do a liquor pent and do it as serviced accommodation really close to the train station. And most important, I can sell it. I was anticipating to make maybe £5,000 or £10,000 out of it. But I made £40,000. So as an entrepreneur, sometimes it's important you go with your gut instinct. As an entrepreneur, it's important for you to take risk, calculated risk. So once you take your calculated risk, you know what your exit strategies are. You plan accordingly to execute your exit strategies when they come to fruitful. So that's what I did to generate myself £40,000 in 3 weeks. Would you consider taking a calculated risk? Because as an entrepreneur, it's important to take calculated risk that will pay you handsomely. These are the opportunities that maybe only comes once in a lifetime. Have you ever been presented an opportunity like that and you walk away from it? If you have, don't let the next opportunity slip away from you. Do your risk analysis, look at your exit strategies and see what value you can add to that struggling person, and see what value you could add to help that person that needs your help the most. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next video. Thank you.